DJ, how come every time there's a foul, a questionable foul, a flagrant foul, a smack across the face, a fingernail in the eye?
The Unrivaled League is ablaze with controversy as DJ Carrington shocks everyone by slapping Kate Martin mid-game. A jaw-dropping foul that left fans and players stunned. It seems Carrington targeted Kate after failing to confront Caitlin. The incident has ignited fierce debate, with emotions running high across the league.
Let's see what really happened here, man, with Djonai. Okay. Nice pass. Oh, man. So you're going to help her up right after you clobber her like that, right? You're going to help her up after you clobber her like, didn't even look at her. Oh, she's so shady.
DJ Carrington is back in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, sparking debate over her aggressive playing style. This time, Kate Martin found herself at the center of controversy, becoming Carrington's latest target in a move that's reignited discussions about her reputation for dangerous tactics.
If she can't get to Caitlin, she'll just settle for
As Martin advanced past Carrington, the defender made an unexpectedly aggressive move. Rather than staying within fair play, Carrington extended an arm, striking Martin and sending the Iowa star crashing to the floor. The force of the foul left Martin shaken, clutching her side as officials quickly blew the whistle and intervened to assess the situation, leaving the crowd stunned by the questionable play.
It's being reported that Kate Martin gets annoyed over Djonai Carrington's physical defense during Unrivaled. WNBA standout Kate Martin didn't seem to appreciate the physical defense Djonai Carrington played on her during Unrivaled League. And I'm telling y'all right now, we already know how she's coming, bro. She's very handsy with her style of play, and she's not the only one. It's a lot of ladies in this league.
Replay footage revealed the intensity of the incident, showing that Carrington's arm swing was far from accidental. It seemed deliberate, reigniting accusations of her aggressive playing style. Martin, admired for her resilience and sportsmanship, lay sprawled on the court, requiring help to stand. Fortunately, after a brief evaluation, she managed to return to the game, but the incident left a lasting impact on players and fans alike.
And she has hurt her nose again. I don't know if it's broken or not, but I think Kate's just toughness, resiliency, and leadership is the biggest thing. And I mean, you see it. Like, Kate's a pro player. Like, you see her game. She's hitting fadeaway jump shots. She's going at.
DJ Carrington's history of questionable tactics is no secret, and once again, her reputation took center stage, sparking outrage over her latest on-court antics. Last season, her controversial behavior was on full display during a tense matchup against Caitlin Clark, a moment still regarded as one of the most debated incidents in WNBA history. Carrington's actions continue to fuel heated discussions about sportsmanship and fair play in the league.
WNBA Twitter is currently crashing out over Black Eye Gate. I'm sure we've seen by now this play where Djonai Carrington pokes Caitlin Clark in the eye. And after seeing this angle, so many people are saying that it was intentional, right? Djonai goes up to steal the ball, and when she comes down, her hand goes like this, straight into Caitlin's eye. Do I think that this was a reckless play? Yes. Do I think that she did it with the intent to hurt Caitlin Clark? No. Do I think it should have been called a foul?
Carrington's notorious eye poke left Caitlin Clark with a visible black eye and ignited a wave of criticism throughout the league. Fans and analysts alike condemned the blatant act, with Indiana Fever supporters at the forefront, branding Carrington a dirty player. For many, it wasn't a mere lapse in judgment, but a defining moment that exposed her readiness to cross the line. Now, following her recent clash with Kate Martin, those accusations feel more validated than ever, as Carrington appears to double down on the narrative she's tried so hard to shake.
It did not stop one Djonai Carrington. Of course, she's the person that multiple times had, egregious altercations with Caitlin Clark last year, including the eye poke, the eye gouge, the eye scoop out of Caitlin Clark's head, heard round the world last year, as well as whatever that ridiculous flop and gyration was during one of those games.
The game against Martin was electric from the outset. Iowa's star was unstoppable, showcasing sharp movements, precise shooting, and an unshakable composure that left Carrington scrambling. Martin controlled the game effortlessly, slicing through defenses and executing plays with precision, leaving Carrington visibly frustrated. Unable to match Martin's skill, Carrington resorted to reckless aggression. As Martin drove past, Carrington made a dangerous move, knocking her to the floor with a hard hit that drew gasps from the crowd. Moments later, Carrington made another erratic play, attempting to slap the ball from Martin's hands in what seemed like a deliberate effort to disrupt her focus, rather than a strategic move. The blatant foul called against Carrington only underscored her growing reputation for losing control under pressure. For many, watching, it was yet another moment that highlighted Carrington's struggle to compete without resorting to overly aggressive tactics.
And here, as the camera pans over, she reaches in and swipes at the ball, but how hard are you going to do it exactly? You trying to break somebody's arm? Look at that. Look at that. Boom. You know, it's the small things that ain't great.
The contrast between Martin's poise and Carrington's aggression made the incident even more notable. Martin, now playing a larger role and getting more minutes, proved why she has earned her coaches' and teammates' trust. While Carrington seemed determined to unsettle her, Martin remained calm, focused, and continued to perform at a high level. Her ability to stay unfazed by Carrington's tactics only further reinforced the belief that Martin is quickly establishing herself as one of the league's most promising emerging talents.
What are we doing? We trying to break an arm now on top of it? This person just says it. It's almost assault. Good grief. That looked like break my arm, bro.
Carrington's attempt to disrupt Martin was not only futile, but also a clear sign of frustration. Throughout the game, Martin showcased her expanding skill set, executing plays with precision, making smart decisions, and hitting crucial shots when it mattered most. Carrington couldn't contain Martin's performance, and the foul only highlighted the widening gap between them. To fans, it was obvious. Carrington's actions were those of a player struggling to match up against an opponent who was simply outplaying her. This isn't the first time Carrington has resorted to such tactics. Known for her fiery demeanor on the court, her playing style often treads the line between competitive spirit and reckless aggression.
So there's probably not one individual player that has benefited more from Unrivaled than Kate Martin. Look, Kate Martin was somebody that came into the WNBA and nobody thought she was going to make the Las Vegas Aces roster.
Martin's rise continues to impress as she embraces the increased minutes and showcases her skills. Her basketball IQ, combined with her offensive versatility, has made her a force to be reckoned with. Against Carrington, Martin's composure was on full display as she avoided getting caught up in mind games and let her game do the talking. Carrington, on the other hand, seemed to direct her frustrations at Martin, resorting to questionable tactics that caught the attention of both fans and players. Carrington has long shown a lack of respect for Caitlin Clark, despite the superstar's contributions to elevating the WNBA. Her disdain for Clark has been evident in her aggressive, physical play, with one of the most notorious moments being when she poked Clark in the eye, resulting in a black eye and a public outcry. Now, Carrington appears to have shifted her focus to Martin, Clark's former teammate and close ally. This move seems both personal and calculated, adding fuel to the fire of accusations surrounding Carrington's aggressive and disrespectful playing style.
I played basketball. I played ball for a number of years when I was a teenager. Played on basketball teams. I coached basketball. I have watched thousands of NBA basketball games. I've watched probably a few hundred WNBA games in my lifetime. I've watched every single game that Caitlin Clark has played. I've watched hundreds and hundreds of women's college basketball games. I've watched high school basketball games. There is absolutely nothing that is natural about this motion of Djonai Carrington.
The confrontation between Carrington and Martin unfolded in a high-pressure game where Martin continued to prove her growing potential on the court. With more minutes, Martin has consistently demonstrated her value, showcasing the skill and composure that make her a key player. However, her success seemed to unsettle Carrington, who resorted to underhanded tactics in an attempt to disrupt Martin's momentum. For Martin, the incident was just another obstacle to overcome, and she handled it with grace, choosing not to engage with Carrington's antics, and instead letting her performance speak volumes. Fans have been quick to recognize a troubling pattern, with many pointing out that Carrington seems to target players connected to Caitlin Clark. These actions have led some to believe her behavior is less about competition and more about personal vendettas. It's one thing to play hard, but attacking Caitlin Clark's close friend just feels petty, one fan commented. Carrington's actions show she's not here to elevate the game, but to tear others down.
Now, if you hear what the reporter was saying, she was alluding to Djonai being upset because she felt she got fouled on the prior end. She got fouled on the end prior, so you know what? I'm going to come on the other end. I'm just going to...
Martin's ascent continues, proving she doesn't need to sink to Carrington's level to stand out. Her poise under pressure and ability to rise above distractions show why she's becoming one of the most respected players in the league. In contrast, Carrington's ongoing lack of respect for players like Clark and Martin only fuels frustration among fans. While players such as Clark and Martin are elevating the game, Carrington's tactics seem to focus more on creating controversy than contributing to the growth of the WNBA, leaving many questioning her true priorities.
Kind of like a public persona, and she hates Caitlin Clark, and she resents all the shine that Caitlin Clark gets, and all the way Caitlin Clark anointed herself as the madam, the godmother of women's professional basketball before she even entered the league. And Djonai's had a tough time living up to her potential.
The Laces basketball team silenced DJ Carrington's disruptive tactics with a commanding victory over her team, the Mist. Throughout the game, Carrington resorted to aggressive moves, including a particularly controversial attempt to slap the ball out of Kate Martin's hands, but the Laces stayed composed and finished strong. For Martin, the victory was especially sweet. Despite Carrington's physicality and mind games, Martin maintained a calm demeanor and allowed her skill to speak for itself, contributing greatly to the team's success. Martin's all-around performance was pivotal in the Laces' win. Her sharp passing, timely shooting, and leadership under pressure made her the driving force behind the victory. On the other hand, Carrington's team, the Mist, struggled to find rhythm. Carrington's tactics seemed to disrupt her team's cohesion, and her efforts to rattle Martin only seemed to push the Iowa standout to perform better. Instead of crumbling under the pressure, Martin thrived, using Carrington's intimidation as extra motivation. As the game neared its end, the Laces were firmly in control, with Martin playing a key role in securing the win. Fans in the stands cheered as Martin's resilience and ability to rise above the drama were on full display. It was a sweet moment for Martin, showing that despite Carrington's attempts to throw her off, she remained focused and delivered when it mattered most. This victory was a statement that Martin would not be intimidated and was more than capable of handling whatever came her way.
Hey, in case you're wondering, Kate Martin's team, the Laces, beat the hell out of the Mist last night. Even though the Mist has Brianna Stewart, Jewel Loyal, and Djonai Carrington on this team. Djonai, by the way, where were you? 1 for 10.
The win was more than just a scoreboard triumph. It symbolized the stark contrast in approach between the two players. While Carrington relied on physicality and questionable tactics, Martin focused on teamwork, discipline, and unwavering concentration. This difference in philosophy played out clearly, with the Laces securing a decisive victory both on the court and in the eyes of the public. For Carrington, the loss might be a wake-up call, highlighting that her efforts to provoke Martin ultimately had no effect, and her team paid the price. In contrast, Martin's leadership and resilience not only ensured the win, but cemented her reputation as one of the league's rising stars. Her ability to rise above Carrington's aggression proved that true success comes from skill, composure, and teamwork, rather than cheap tactics designed to unsettle an opponent. As the Laces celebrated their well-earned victory, Martin savored the moment, knowing that she had earned the ultimate satisfaction, proving that focus and integrity are always superior to distractions and intimidation. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.